Hi, this is CMA Swarupa Viswanathan and welcome to my channel. Our channel has a lot of resources lined up for CMA students to prepare for their upcoming exam. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, I would recommend you to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell button so that you get early updates on all our videos. And coming to today's video, we are going to discuss about the major highlights on the 53rd GST Council meeting, which was held on 22nd June 2024. So it's about 8 months since the 52nd GST Council meeting. And GST Council meeting is mainly held to discuss about the difficulties faced by the taxpayers and to come up with a lot of recommendations for the betterment of GST law. So the first recommendation, the most important recommendation of the 53rd GST Council meeting is waiver of interest and penalty or both relating to demands raised under Section 73 for financial year 2017-18 to financial year 19-20. So for all the demand notices which are raised during this period, for this period of 2017-18, 18-19 and 19-20. So whenever a demand notice is raised, it will have three components. It will have the tax amount which is demanded, and then there will be interest and then penalty. Okay, all this together will form our total demand. So by insertion of section 128A in CGST Act, Council is recommending a waiver. That means you need not pay interest or penalty. You pay just the tax amount. It is mainly done as a relaxation for the taxpayers because this 2017-18 to 19-20 is the initial years of the GST, and so there was a lot of confusion among the taxpayers, lack of awareness, and the systems were not robust. So in order to give a relaxation for the difficulties faced by the taxpayers, interest and penalty amount is waived off. So if the taxpayer has a demand notice, he can just pay the tax amount that is demanded and settle the demand. But this has to be done before 31/3/2025. Amendment of Section 107 and Section 112 of CGST Act relating to pre-deposit amount for filing appeals. So whenever you are going to file an appeal with an appellate authority, you need to deposit a certain percentage of the tax amount demanded as a pre-deposit. Earlier, it was 20%. Now it is reduced to 10% with a maximum limit of 20 crores CGST and 20 crores SGST. Reduction in the TCS to be collected by e-commerce operators for supplies made through them. So e-commerce operators were required to collect TCS on the supplies made through them. For example, if Amazon, there will be suppliers who are selling goods through Amazon who is an e-commerce operator. Okay, so Amazon will receive the payment from all the customers and then he will pay it to the supplier. So when he is paying to the supplier, he will deduct a TCS. Earlier it was 1%. Okay, now it is being recommended to be reduced to 0.5%. So 0.5% will be 0.25 CGST, 0.25 SGST or 0.5 IGST. So this is a very good initiative because of this TCS getting deducted, the suppliers were left with lesser working capital amount. Now the TCS amount is reduced from 1% to 0.5%, so they are left with more working capital, more money in their hands, which they can use it for further expansion of business. Amendment of Rule 88B of CGST rules in respect of interest on delayed filing of returns in cases where the credit is available in the ECL on the due date of filing the return. So this recommendation states, if I filed my GSTR 3B belatedly, so I filed it by 26th, okay, of next month. So I have to pay a interest for the delay of the number of days delay from the due date of filing GSTR 3B. I have to pay interest. But on the due date, if there was enough cash in my electronic cash ledger to set off this liability net of ITC, then interest will not be leviable on the amount that was there in my electronic cash ledger. Then another most important recommendation: time limit to avail input tax credit in respect of any invoice or debit note under Section 16(4) of GST Act through any return in GSTR 3B filed up to 30/11/2011 for financial year 17/18, 18/19, 19/20 and 2021 may be deemed to be 30/11/2021. So earlier, what was the provision? Initially, the provision was you can take in ITC up to the September return of the next financial year, or and filing of annual return, whichever is earlier. That was the initial system. So later on it changed. It became 30th November of the next financial year, or the date of filing annual returns, whichever is earlier. So for the period 2017-18 to 2021, if you have filed the return within 30/11/2021, that section is not applicable. In that place, GST Council has recommended that the date is deemed to be 30/11/2021. So the time limit for availing ITC for 17/18, 18/19, 19/20 and 2021 is not the September return of the next financial year or the date of filing annual return, whichever is earlier. It is deemed to be 30/11/2021. So this is a very good initiative, because there were a lot of cases where ITC was availed a little late and there was a delay in filing of return, because of which there were a lot of notices coming. So that is a very good initiative. There are many other recommendations given by GST Council with respect to GSTR1, amendment of GSTR1, and GSTR4 due date relating to filing of GSTR4 relating to GSTR7. So if you want to read through the other recommendation and other highlights of the GST Council meeting, I have given my website link in the description. So in my website, under tax updates tab, you can find the press release. So you can have a read through all the recommendations, and do share your comments in the comment box, and like our video if you found it insightful. So thanks for watching and have a great day ahead.